are a destination cafe, and we offer craft food and beverages, meaning we make everything fresh on site when you order. And all of our food and our beverages are prepared and served by adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
And then lastly, just say the name. Tom? There you go. Enjoy. My favorite part of working at Jerry's Cafe is definitely interacting with friends I've met throughout the years and the espresso machine.
My co-founder Amy Philpott and I opened Jerry's Cafe for job opportunities. And a staggering statistic tells us that 80% of adults with disabilities are unemployed. I believe differently, and this is the place where our employees can work and feel proud and contribute and can see that they have value and purpose, and they are given the responsibility that anyone would be given in a job, and we expect nothing less than them to perform at their highest level. So we see great success in every single employee and their independence and their offerings and activities here at Jerry's Cafe.
The large, hot, white chocolate, pumpkin pie with whipped cream. It is to die for. It is delicious. It's amazing. Well, the favorite part of working here is that I get to serve customers. I am a cashier. They understand to include people with us with exceptionalities.
I wanted to tell you, I've been watching you today. You're really good at your job. You're doing great.
I always like to serve customers. Customers go first.
We are super proud of our partnership with District 214. District 214 has been a supporter from the very beginning of our foundation, and several of the schools have done fundraising and helped us get our doors open to Jerry's Cafe. Proudly, we have 12 or 13 graduates from the District 214 schools who will work at Jerry's Cafe as our active employees.
This is where we do our salad prep. This is where we make all the salads. And then over here is the sandwich line. This is where we make all of our sandwiches. I have worked here since day one. I love it here. I love my supportive team members, and I like serving customers. Here is one chicken Mediterranean trip salad.
We know that our community members have lots of choices, but we're hoping that you will come and choose Jerry's Cafe.
Thank you.
When you come inside and engage with our employees, you feel a sense of joy, and you will start your day feeling the best way that you can, with a joyful heart and knowing that Jerry's Cafe has provided you with delicious coffee, breakfast, or lunch.
All right, welcome to our 55th year of putting together an incredible community service project through our SOS class here at John Hersey High School. As you can see around me, it is organized chaos, but it is an incredible day for our students to serve our community by packaging and collecting food that's going to be going to local food pantries in our area to support those in need.
We're really happy to be able to do the food drive here at Hersey because it really just brings the whole school together, and we are able to help our community and bring the energy with everyone here.
Take it out.
For the past, I would say about 2 months, we've been kind of working together with SOS, Junior Leaders, Baseball, and we've all gathered together. We've done bag and tag with collective from communities, and we've all come together, and it's really amazing to see the turnout. And then later on, we're going to be visiting 8 local food pantries, and it's really exciting. We're just thankful for everyone who's helped each other along the way. It's been really fun.
It's a team effort, but it's been so fun.
Prospect Marching Knights are heading to D.C.
We're in Washington, D.C.
Prospect Marching Knights were invited to travel to Washington, D.C. this year for Veterans Day. So we're taking the band out to our nation's capital. We're going to do some great tours of some of the monuments and the museums and a lot of the sites of D.C. But it all culminates with performances on Veterans Day. So we've been working really hard to prepare, and we're so excited for our students to have this opportunity. Throughout the trip, we had a few opportunities where veterans would actually see our group of students out and about and spoke to our students. So in addition to touring these places, our students were able to actually interact with a number of veterans over the course of the trip, which kind of made everything a little more real and genuine and authentic. So our first day in DC was really impactful and gave our students sort of a big picture overview of the city and some of the history, and really set the stage for our performance day coming up. So on Veterans Day, our morning started off with a performance at the Lincoln Memorial. There we were, right on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, facing the Washington Monument. Just a really special opportunity for our students to have a really great place to perform.
It was an honor to perform on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial with the PMK, where so much of America's history has taken place.
The experience was very impactful for me. It was a unique opportunity that I have never had before, and it was something that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
One of our students, Emily Pollock, was also asked to deliver a speech at the Lincoln Memorial.
I've always wanted to help people, so I'm going to serve my country. More specifically, I want to become an officer in the military.
Her speech was really wonderful and got a really great reception at the event. In fact, after the event was over, I had a number of veterans come track me down to tell me how great her speech was, and actually they wanted to meet her and take pictures with her because they were so moved by what she had to say.
My father served in the Navy, and so he instilled in me the value of serving and caring for our veterans and those who serve us. And so being able to thank them today and place medals around their shoulders and welcome them home was really impactful for me as well.
United States Air Force.
It was an honor to play at the World War II Memorial today. It was such an honor because music is a way to share emotions without using words.
Our performances in DC got a lot of really good responses. One of them, a story was told to me by one of our chaperones, that there was literally a Marine veteran who was at a performance at the Iwo Jima Memorial who was literally in tears watching the performance and just expressed to our chaperone how much it meant to him that this group of teenagers from the Chicago area had come out there and was performing, and he was just really moved by it, and I thought that was just a really neat story to hear coming out of the performance. So any trip like this takes a lot of time and energy to put together. I feel really fortunate that our school was very supportive of this endeavor. We had a bunch of parents who traveled with us and did anything they could to make this a great experience for our students. I'm so glad we were able to bring our students to DC. Veterans Day seemed like a perfect time to bring them, and it really, just in the end, I think the whole trip turned out really, really great, and I'm so happy we were able to make it happen.
We're super excited to have the 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit here at Hersey High School. As the truck arrived, we had Hersey parents out front with some patriotic balloons. We had Hersey students lining the sidewalks. We had some, mini American flags like they would show on the honor flights. The spirit was high.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to the Stephen Siller Tunnel of Towers mobile exhibit. We have a 50-foot trailer, approximately 1,100 square feet exhibit. We travel our nation to commemorate the brave sacrifice of the firefighters, police officers that gave their life that day in the greatest rescue and recovery effort in our nation's history.
The reason we're here is at Hershey High School to come educate our youth. Life day we've ever had. It was also the largest rescue we've ever had as well, but just all the good that has come from that tragic day. And they're going to learn things that they can't read about. They're going to hear stories that some have never been told, some have been told many times.
Stephen Siller was one of the 343 firefighters that died that morning. He was getting off duty that morning. He was going to play golf with his older brothers, heard the plane strike, heard on the news that the plane struck the building, turned around, drove back to his firehouse, Squad 1, located in downtown Brooklyn. They had already been dispatched to the disaster. He got his gear, drove his own truck to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, where he donned 60 pounds of gear, ran 2.5 miles through the tunnel, mustered up with the rest of the firefighters, and gave his life that day, honoring his oath that he took to protect life and property.
So this is about remembering. So we want people to remember, obviously, for adults to remember and for the kids to learn. So we don't want this forgotten. It's not taught in most schools in America. And they have the privilege of talking to people who are there. You know, we can't talk to people who were in the Civil War or these other moments in American history, but they can. And I think that's pretty special. Thanks for having us, and this means more to us than you. This means a lot to these kids, and these kids would be great. They're very respectful. They listen. It's nice to see.
A special thanks, especially to the FDNY crew, to the Silver Foundation, to Soldiers Journey Home, to District 214, to all of Hershey. I'm grateful for everybody. A special shout out to Bill Dusting for the Magic Spirit. Special shout out to Chief Harris, Arlington Heights Police. The coolest part about this project was there's like a whole bunch of people that were on it and did it. It wouldn't have happened without a whole bunch of people. The list is just too long, and to me, that's actually a good thing to celebrate.
This is the Rolling Meadows Band alumni event, so we decided to get the band back together. This year being the 40th anniversary of the Jazz and Meadows Festival, so it was kind of an opportunity to, hey, can we bring people back at homecoming? I had talked to some of the previous band directors, so that's Len King in the 70s, 80s, early 90s. We have Bill Jastrow and David Boggs from the 90s, and then of course Chris Booty, who retired several years ago. Those people set the foundation for everything that we have here.
I'm giving you 100 I'd have paid money to be here tonight. I really would have. It's one of those things that I'd pay money to be here. This is the band reunion where your closest friends were really at in high school. And so you're with your closest friends and regrouping after 40-something years and going, holy cow.
Yeah. Mr. King is the reason why I'm here today, not just at the school, but what I do in life. I owe everything to Mr. King. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have gone to college. And if I hadn't gone to college, who knows what I would be doing.
You know, some of the stuff that we're doing right now is like we never stop doing it, you know, just to be around these guys again and just hanging out. 40 years seems like a long time, but it seems like it's kind of a short time too, you know?
This is fantastic. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but not this good. 52 of my actual students are in this group. I get a lot of feedback from them telling me how much they enjoyed the music program with me and how they appreciate music now for their life. That's really special because to know that they are still thinking about me and what we did here, it's just very satisfying.
Well, I flew back, and I'm glad I did, you know, especially to see Mr. King. He meant a lot to us. He just brought in the jazz, and I mean, we had world-class, you know, experience that most kids never would have had, you know, a real depth of exposure to great music because of Mr. King, so I'm glad I got to see him.
It's so fun to be back, though. I love it. My family's here. They're so excited.
So is my family.
Yeah.
My son's here. My husband's here. So
yeah.
It's really great.
If you are on the fence of coming, whether it's debating about whether to come or not, you should definitely come next time. It feels like a long time ago, but in some ways, like you never left. Like I'm like, okay, we're gonna go march over to the stadium.
Good evening. This is the business meeting of Township High School District 214 Board of Education for May 29, 2025. Ms. Keys, could you please call the roll?
Baldino? Here. Dessling?
Here.
Fiorito?
Here.
Heineman?
Present.
Sager?
Here.
Kreutzer?
Present.
And Chung. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Could everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next is the approval of the agenda. Does anyone wish to remove any items from the consent agenda? Hearing none, can I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Fiorito?
Yes.
Heineman?
Aye.
Baldino? Aye. Dessling?
Yes.
Sager?
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the open and closed meeting of May the 8th, 2025. A motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Baldino. Yes.
Dessling.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Sager.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda is board recognition, and if I could ask those here who are being recognized tonight and family members, if you could, when you got the award, if you could please just stay till the end because we have some very special comments for you. Mr. Maggi.
Thank you. Tonight, we recognize Nicholas and Associates for their valuable support of our internship program. Board President Kreutzer and Board Member Dustling, please join me for partner recognition as well as Dr. Rowe. I would also like to invite Nicholas and Associates Director of Human Resources, Chris Cotney, to come forward. Nicholas and Associates has made a meaningful impact on District 214 students in a short time. Since joining us in summer 2024, they have welcomed interns across a range of fields, including architecture, interior design, and sports marketing. Sports marketing interns have worked at the Nicholas Sportsplex, mentored by Jared Van Houten, an Elk Grove High School graduate and former Nicholas intern himself. Interior design interns have gained real-world experience at Gold and Oak, a boutique owned and operated by the Nicholas family. In addition to hosting interns, the firm has supported the district's skilled trades fair, encouraging students exploring careers in the building trades. We are grateful for the commitment Nicholas and Associates has shown to our students. Their partnership helps shape meaningful career pathways and strengthens our broader community. Thank you, Chris, and your entire team at Nicholas and Associates. Thanks. Thank you. We'll now move to student recognition. Will our College Board National Recognition Program scholars please come up to be recognized? The College Board National Recognition Program recognizes outstanding students in 5 national recognition programs, which include the National African American Recognition Program, National First Generation Recognition Program, National Hispanic Recognition Program, National Indigenous Recognition Program, and National Rural and Small Town Recognition Program. Students are considered for this recognition if their GPA is 3.5 or higher and they score in the top 10% of the state on the PSAT, or earn a score of 3 or higher on 2 or more AP exams by their senior year. Last month, we recognized several of our schools for their achievements. This evening, we're proud to recognize the following schools. From Buffalo Grove High School, you'll be up first. Esteban Aguirre Garcia. Please come on over. Come on over. Oh, sorry. Apologize for that. Edwin Alvino Salgado. AJ B. Jordan. Diego Damien. All right. Marina Kataoka. Maya Limos. Olivia Teodorchuk. Catherine Velasquez. Chris Chi. Joe Ignayam. Jonathan Rivera Manzo. Jordan Serrano. Anna Velasco and Maddox Watson could not be here this evening. We're going to take a school photo. We do have one more student from Buffalo Grove, Esteban Aguirre Garcia. Is that correct? Come on over, Esteban. Thank you. Unable to attend from Elk Grove is Arian Patel. From Rolling Meadows High School, Michaela Carrion, Thomas Daly, James Davis, Damian Galera, Aiden Laguna, Alina Petrino, Emily Quiros, Armando Segura, and Kenneth Tran. Unable to attend are Benjamin Biazzo, Iranette Camacho, Corinne Love, Avi Patel, and Oscar Zalewski. Congratulations to our College Board National Recognition Program scholars. Will Dr. David Schuler please join us up front for recognition of the Dr. David R. Schuler Redefining Ready Scholarship recipients. The Dr. David R. Schuler Redefining Ready Scholarship awards multiple scholarships to graduating seniors across the district annually for post-secondary education. The scholarship is named after former District 214 Superintendent Dr. David R. Schuler to celebrate Dr. Schuler's impact and long-standing commitment to the students of District 214. Dr. Schuler was instrumental in implementing and believing in the redefining model within District 214. The recipients of the scholarship must demonstrate college, career, and life readiness beyond a test score and high school. Each applicant took the time to craft a 30-second video detailing how they are college, career, and life ready beyond a test score. The scholarship is in line with District 214's Redefining Ready initiative, which empowers students to demonstrate readiness using factors beyond scores on standardized tests. This scholarship is funded graciously by generous donations and donors through the District 214 Education Foundation. I'd like to now invite Dr. Schuler to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Maggi. I would just like to say thank you to everybody in the entire 214 community, the Board of Education, principals, senior leadership, and teachers, students, families for believing in the work. We're preparing kids for jobs that don't exist in this ever-changing global economy. We have to prepare our kids for something beyond just being able to take a test. And you all joined us on that journey as an entire community to believe in that work, and it was awesome seeing the recognition of Nicholas tonight to continue to celebrate our business partners, because we couldn't do it without the entire community coming together. So I just want to thank everybody for believing in the work and continuing the work. Thank you very much, Madam President and Superintendent Rowe.
Thank you, Dr. Schuler. From Buffalo Grove High School, Ann Varghese. Elk Grove High School, Allison Dahlstrom. Unable to attend from Elk Grove, Emily Schnitzer. From John Hersey High School, Amiran Tahani. From Prospect High School, Lucille Newman. And unable to attend is Alex Martinez from Prospect. From Rolling Meadows High School, Kate Foley. Congratulations. Gianna Pastorello. Jonathan Soroka. From Wheeling High School, Sandra Papa. We'll take a group photo. Will David Kalish please join us up front for recognition of the Richard W. Kalish Arts Unlimited Awards? Each year, the Richard W. Kalish Arts Unlimited Award is presented to the high school senior at each school who best exemplifies creative excellence in the arts. This award is District 214's way of honoring Mr. Kalish's spirited commitment to and support of the fine and performing arts programs when he was a teacher in District 214, a career that spanned more than 30 years. This year, the Kalish Committee is proud to recognize one outstanding student from each of the 6 high schools. Mr. David Kalish, son of Richard Kalish, will join us in presenting this award. From Buffalo Grove High School, Michael Morrison. Mikey's dedication to the arts at Buffalo Grove High School over the past 4 years has been nothing short of exemplary. Mikey's journey began as a trumpet player in the band program, which quickly led him to play for the vocal jazz combo. In 2023, Mikey was named a BG Golden Bison for his participation in band, choir, and orchestra. As a senior, he has grown into a superb leader in all 3 disciplines. He also has a passion for the theater, dedicating most of his spare time away from music to building every set and running every show, even making a guest appearance on stage in emergencies. Congratulations, Mikey. From Elk Grove High School, Emily Fiorito. Emily is an exceptionally talented and dedicated student whose contributions to the arts community at Elk Grove High School are outstanding. A highly skilled French horn player, she enriches performances in the symphonic band and symphony orchestra, earning positions in the District 214 Honors Band, Honors Orchestra, ILMEA District 7 Band, and ILMEA All-State Band. Her versatility extends to jazz, where she excels as a jazz trumpet player in the school's jazz band and the ILMEA District 7 Jazz Ensemble. As drum major in the marching band and a lead actress in musical theater productions for 3 years, Emily demonstrates exceptional leaders, musicianship, and stage presence. Congratulations, Emily. From John Hersey High School, Abigail Homily. Abby's talent, dedication, and leadership make her an exemplary representative of the arts at John Hersey High School. A cornerstone of the theater program, she brings confidence and passion to the stage, shining in performance roles like Sandy in Grease and in leadership positions such as director for 1X and dance and captain in Tuck Everlasting. As a drum major, band president, and teacher's assistant, she has demonstrated exceptional leadership and dedication to the band program. Her artistic excellence is further reflected in numerous accolades, including first place in 2D at the 2024 and 2022 Harper Art Shows, and an honorable mention in 3D in 2023. Abby's creativity and thoughtfulness have made her a distinguished member of the Hersey art community. Congratulations, Abby. From Prospect High School, Maggie Schramm. Maggie has truly embodied the spirit of a Renaissance artist, immersing herself in nearly every facet of the arts for the past 4 years. From her early days in marching band, concert band, and freshman choir to performing in productions like She Kills Monsters and All Shook Up, she quickly became a dynamic force in the Prospect High School arts community. Balancing performances on stage, in the pit, and behind the scenes, Maggie has excelled as drum major, lent her voice to honors choir, a cappella, and madrigals, and played in the symphonic band and orchestra. Her artistic flair extends to art club, graphic design club, and even crochet club, showcasing her boundless creativity. Congratulations, Maggie. From Rolling Meadows High School, Michaela Ceballos. Michaela is a 4-year member of the art, music, and theater programs at Rolling Meadows High School. An accomplished visual artist, her work has been featured in the Harper Art Show, D214 Spring Art Show, Arts Unlimited Reception, Art Expo, and Illinois High School Art Exhibition. She was an active member of symphonic band, marching band, and jazz band, including the inaugural Women in Jazz Ensemble. Michaela has also been a cast and tech crew member of numerous Meadows Theater productions since her freshman year. Congratulations, Michaela. From Wheeling High School, Jonathan Salgado, I believe cannot be here this evening, but Johnny exemplifies exceptional talent, dedication, and creativity in the arts at Wheeling High School. A vital force across vocal, orchestra, theater tech, WCAT Live, musicals, and mariachi, his artistic impact is wide-ranging and deeply felt. As a member of the inaugural IMEA Mariachi Honors Ensemble, Johnny continues to demonstrate musical excellence at a high level. His leadership, passion, and collaborative spirit have made a lasting impression on the fine arts community, where he stands out as a dynamic and inspiring presence. Congratulations to all award winners. For which award? Hold on. Come here. We do have one student from Buffalo Grove who just arrived that we'd like to recognize for the College Board National Recognition Program. AJ B. Jourdain, if you would, please join us.
What a great thing. What a super thing to recognize students. Tonight we recognized students' achievement in the College Board National Recognition Program, the Dr. Schuler Redefining Ready Scholarship candidates, and the scholarship recipients. We're fortunate to have Dr. Schuler here to present these scholarships. It's good to see him, good to welcome him back, and certainly good to have him give out the scholarships. Thank you. We also recognized and considered those for the Richard Kalish Arts Unlimited Award. The recipients of the award were presented by his son, David Kalish, and he's been here every year to present the award. He's also retiring this year, so congratulations to you. We'll look to see you back next year, please. It is always rewarding and certainly amazing to hear about the student success that we hear about at these board meetings. Their accomplishments, and to have them at the boarding meeting to be recognized is certainly great. We're all very proud of you. Thank you to the school staffs for being such wonderful mentors and guides to the students. You certainly take them to great heights. Thank you. As a tradition, after we recognize the students for their accomplishments at a board meeting, we want to take time to recognize the students and families that are here. And would you please stand up so we can give you a round of applause, students and family, please. We hope you all enjoy the summer. We're going to go on with the meeting now, but we can wait a few minutes if you'd like to leave, but if you want to stay because it gets very interesting.
We are going to continue with our meeting. Thank you, audience. We're going to continue with our meeting. Thank you, audience. There's somebody. Okay, next on the agenda is public comments, and I do have one person that has signed up. And before I call that person up, let me read this, please. The Board of Education and the district value comments from the community and our meetings as well as emails. We appreciate everyone's appearing before the board and treat all with courtesy and respect. The Board of Education asks each person to please limit all their comments to 3 minutes. However, if several people want to address the board on similar topics, the board president may limit the time to 2 minutes per person. The public comments agenda item will only be the time that the Board of Education will hear public comments during meetings. Although comments may be made by almost any matter related to the operation of schools, comments will not be allowed identifying individual students or staff members. As this is the Board of Education business meeting, the board practice is not to respond to public questions or comments at this time because it is not an open-ended forum. However, we do listen carefully. If requested, a written response will be provided. Please ensure that Ms. Keys, thank you, has your full name and address on the sign-up sheet. To be fair and consistent to all addressing the board, the same protocols and procedures must be in place for everyone. The green light indicates your time has started, the yellow indicates 30 seconds remaining, and the red light indicates 3 minutes have expired. Please come forward to the microphone and clearly state your name for the minutes. Mr. Tim Burns, please.
Burns, and my goal for this evening is to officially put the board and superintendent on notice regarding a matter of concern within your fine arts programs. The issue is with the myth that is being perpetuated by faculty, staff, and administration at certain schools that in order to enroll in some academic courses within the fine arts curriculum, that you must pay a private parent music boost organization recognized under Board Policy 8.9 a participation fee for the privilege of enrolling in these courses. The central issue continues to be that the district has not bifurcated what are the actual academic required activities and what are the optional activities associated with these courses, but has supplanted everything onto the backs of parent music boost organizations. I have said on numerous occasions that the district itself may collect any fee that it needs to and choose to remit these fees to the music boost organizations, but that there is no legal basis to insist that a parent pay a private music boost organization to enroll in what is clearly an academic class. This practice must stop, and the message from the superintendent downward must be that all boost organizations recognized under Board Policy 8.9 are entirely voluntary. This is not a problem in some of your buildings where fundraising is plentiful and parents are confident in their ability to raise money. In these buildings, the music boosters are already orientated towards a voluntary contribution framework, and the contributions of parents are generally considered tax-deductible donations to charitable organizations. In some of the buildings where fundraising is an issue and where parents are slinging hot dogs to make chump change, the boosters and some staff have resorted to telling parents that if you are enrolled in specific classes, that they must pay the boosters a required fee. The mafia has a very similar operating philosophy in terms of protection fees. This is problematic for many reasons. The first is that this is potentially discriminatory because many students from lower income and minority backgrounds are dependent upon fee waivers to access the curriculum, and the language in the participation fee states and is clear that fee waivers are not accepted. This serves as a barrier for lower income minority students and effectively serves to keep your music programs lily white and middle and upper class. Additionally, anything that is listed as a fee or a mandatory fee that is associated with an academic course is not going to be tax deductible as a charitable donation. Additionally, as this is a fee associated with an academic course, if it were paid to the district, it would be considered applicable towards an educational tax credit. But because it is payable to the boosters, it is not accepted as an educational tax credit. If push comes to shove, the music boosters will be in an uncomfortable position having to explain to state and federal agencies why they are in possession of fees associated with academic courses, which is contrary to the laws governing such organizations at the state and federal level. I ask the superintendent and the board to ensure that all recognized music booster organizations are entirely voluntary, and that any and all District 214 staff members cease and desist any perpetuation of the myth that a family must pay a music booster organization for the ability to fulfill academic requirements associated with the fine arts curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. No one else has signed up, and we'll move along to Superintendent's report. Dr. Rowe.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Kreutzer. Actually, I have two items tonight that I'd like to highlight. A quick hitter, and then a reflection on the school year from a student perspective. Start this evening. As you all know, we were forced to relocate our graduation ceremonies last week indoors. While the decision was necessary, it accentuated the need for us to review whether or not holding our ceremony on our campuses outdoors is best for our students and families. So since then, we have reviewed opportunities for shifting our ceremonies to an arena-style venue outside the district. We discussed this with our principals this week and continue to evaluate the best option for the district, potentially being a recommendation in June, depending on how costs and opportunities come our way. We're still finalizing that. I wanted to share our plans with you. Limiting tickets to attend a ceremony is the last thing that we want to do, and I believe it's time that we evaluate our options. So I hope to have additional information for you next month, or at least an update. All right, my second item is much more rosy. As tomorrow is our last day, I wanted to take a moment and just reflect on another successful school year in District 214. Our students continued to raise the bar across all 6 of our comprehensive high schools and have tremendous experiences in our specialized school as well. Just some of the highlights that we've heard about in small snippets throughout the year, and certainly I've communicated with you either through social media or in my weekly updates. But just to highlight some, Prospect High School students were finalists in the NASA App Development Challenge and visited Johnson Space Center. Hersey hosted another standout hackathon, bringing together over 70 students from across the district and surrounding suburbs. Rolling Meadows students walked the runway at Macy's for a fashion-focused career partnership. 3 students won prestigious QuestBridge scholarships from Wheeling High School, which is out of this world. Elk Grove Auto Program continues to create a direct pipeline for students in the local auto industry. Hersey High School was a blue ribbon school. All of our high schools were recognized in the AP Honor Roll. We launched our first finance and investing competition at Forest View, bringing together students from every school to test their skills in real-time market simulations. Our startup showcase featured a winning team from Prospect that found themselves on CBS 2 Chicago later that week. Wild Stings celebrated their 30th anniversary and is preparing for the world competition or national competition in world competition in Houston. And Rolling Meadows finally beat Elk Grove in the cereal bowl. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. Collectively contributing thousands of cereal boxes to the Elk Grove Township Food Pantry. The grand opening of Golden Isles Veterans Village in Brunswick, Georgia, featured tiny homes from a community center built by District 214 students to provide safe space for veterans to get spaces and support they need. And our robots battled it out at the Robot Rumble. And finally, a Buffalo Grove educator, Mr. Pete Duffer, was named Chicago Classroom Legend by the Bears. And his principal, Mr. Wardle in the audience tonight, was recognized as North Coast Principal of the Year. And that's just on the academic side of the house. We head over to career pathways and real-world learning. Regardless of the pathways, District 214 has solidified itself as a national leader in college and career pathways, providing students with valuable insights, as we all know. But a statistic that I think is worth recognizing, in the class of 2024, the district received 844 career pathway endorsements that attributed to 35% of those awarded across the entire state of Illinois. We have high expectations that we will surpass that number and hope that the class of 2025 beats that number of endorsements, and we're hopeful that they do, and we continue to spread that good opportunity for our students. Now, as you also recall, Ms. Foley was here, and we were recognized and invited to the White House because of the connection that she made in Rolling Meadows a couple of years ago when the First Lady, Jill Biden, visited because of the Career Pathway Program. We were one of only 2 public K-12 school districts that were invited to the White House to be part of that summit, something we were very, very proud of. On the arts and athletics and student life side of the house, our Prospect musicians told a powerful story of a young cancer survivor through their original music. Hersey's band was one of 5 U.S. high school bands that met the high standards required to perform at the Midwest Clinic in the Symphony Center that drew 18,000 people from across the United States and 40 countries. Prospect Marching Knights were invited to perform at the World War II Memorial on Veterans Day in Washington, D.C. The 56th Chicagoland Marching Band Festival is held at Wheeling. And if you didn't catch the Wheeling Trio play the national anthem, you're in for a treat. Please go do so. I still get chills listening to that. We also continue to celebrate student voice in the annual Arts Unlimited recognition and reception. Elk Grove's softball coach, Ken Grams, became the winningest softball coach in Illinois state history. Wheeling's mariachi program brought pride to school joy and continues to get invitations to play graduation parties and summer events in the community. Our athletes secured top finishes in bowling, cheer, track and field, wrestling, and more. Don't forget that Hersey State Soccer Championship in the fall. And we had our inaugural flag football season. Buffalo Grove and Hersey made deep runs in the playoffs, and it's such a fun event for our female athletes in the fall. And just to wrap it up, the student experience across our district is something special. And these events, in addition to the outstanding instruction that are provided by our phenomenal staff, made for another exceptional year. There is so much more I could have shared with you tonight, but I wanted to just focus it on the students. Maybe there'll be a little bit more in June as we cap off some of the accomplishment the district made and the behind-the-scenes work on the administrative side next month. But as tomorrow's the last day of the school year, I wanted to focus on the students and wish them well as they head into summer and just accentuate a tremendous school year. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rowe. Board member updates. Mr. Dusling, would you like to start?
I probably talked enough tonight, but I'll talk again. I was at the Wheeling graduation, and I was amazed. On the front of their graduation paperwork, this was the 60th year commencement at that school. I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been 60 years. Absolutely. The other thing, I talked with Dr. Hubbard because I was going to be at the graduation. Previous years, I got tired of coming up with an address for the students. It's all about the students, and it's all about the staff, and it's all about the parents. So I talked with Brad, and I said, all I'm going to do is accept the class. So I gave less than a 30-second acceptance to the class. And the amazing thing was, after the graduation, a teacher came up to me and said, "Thank you so much for not speaking." So anyway, it was great. The mariachi band was mentioned. It was a great graduation. We did it inside. Everybody stayed dry, and I heard nobody screaming and hollering because they didn't get tickets, so it was amazing. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Dusling. Mr. Fiorito?
Yeah, so like all school districts, every now and then we have our hiccups, but our hiccups pale in comparison to what we've seen over specifically the last school year. But for a board member, the last 6 to 8 weeks has just been a roller coaster of positiveness. Whether it's the vocational program student recognition, the bilingual excellence awards, the youth apprenticeship recognition, the salute to staff awards, all the graduation ceremonies that we attended, which is the ultimate high as a board member, for all the garbage we sometimes put up with to give a kid a diploma. It doesn't have to be your kid, anybody's kid, but it is the ultimate high as a board member to shake that kid's hand and hand him the diploma. Not to mention the parent organizations as well. We talk about our students, but I've had the pleasure of attending the 4 parent organizations. The Rolling Meadows quarterly parent meeting, which has always been good. Great job, Meg. Mr. Paul Kelly in the Elk Grove PTC, very positive group. Jeff Wardle, your Buffalo Grove Parent Association, was my first one I ever went to as a D214 board member, and I just enjoy listening to these people. Very positive as well. And last but not least, the guy who really keeps all the ladies in the Hersey PTA on their toes with just questions that he throws out there, and just giving a lot of information that clearly the parents really appreciate. So to you gentlemen, sorry I didn't get to a lot of the Spur clubs this year, Brad, but to the principals for leading these parent organizations and helping provide the information. That's really what a lot of these people go to, and there's been a lot of stuff that's come out of them too. I think the freshman programs that we're putting together for parents that are newbies and come into these schools without knowing really what to expect or what to do, and we're doing that in all of our schools. It just shows how we can transition from one thing to the other and just keep it going. So, like I said, these last 6 weeks as a board member, as a stakeholder, as a parent, as a student, as a staff member, if you couldn't find any joy or excitement or just positive in any of these events, then I really don't know where you've been. It's just been a great roller coaster of positive emotion for these last 6 weeks. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. Mr. Heidemann?
I've got quite a number of things, going all the way back to math collaboration between the middle schools and high schools. I was able to attend most of those meetings that enhance and coordinate the students' mathematics learning. Talked to a number of teachers, both from the middle schools and from the high schools, and their only regret was that they weren't with their students. So I don't think that's anything negative about the class. They recognized the importance of coordinating the middle school and high school math curricula, and yeah, they're dedicated teachers that would prefer to be with their students. There was a college fair, had to park blocks away. I came in the back way, and I luckily found an unlocked door and kind of snuck in, but I snuck into a Wild Staying robotics workshop that they were working on, and I got a very private tour of all of the things those stupid robots can do. Stupid's not the right word.
Magnificent.
Yeah. And really appreciate the engineering that's required to get those things done. They had QR readers and would operate autonomously. And again, 30 years. It's an awesome run. Also, I attended the high school ice hockey championships at the United Center with our Wheeling, Hersey, Buffalo Grove combined team. It was back and forth and went to overtime, as it was 3-3 in the third period. And sorry to say, we lost 4-3 in that very exciting game. But it was money extremely well spent. It's a wonderful caliber of hockey that they play. On the 25th of April, I attended the Disasters at Prospect High School musical. Again, typical of what I expect from high school musicals in this district. Then the 27th, I was able to run the Love Your Brain 5K at Prospect. Disappointed there weren't more board members there, but I had a really good time.
Personally invite us, Mark. Come
Pardon
on
me?
now. Well, we'll come. 5K? I get to walk, don't I?
Yeah, there's a lot of walkers. Yeah. Attended several track meets that I have not attended in my previous life. And there was a boys' invite held at Prospect that there must have been 20 or more teams there. I just was amazed at what a big track meet it was. And it's really impressive to see the pole vaulters and the sprinters and the distant runners and the shot putters. It's impressive. Those kids are in awesome shape. Also attended the Joliet Autobahn for the Electrothon and the super mileage event, and that was fun and interesting. It's great to see the kids do so much on their own. They do all the welding, all of the design. It's a blast. Let's see. The Vocational Program Awards was held at the Marriott Schaumburg as a breakfast, and again, that's been going on for 30 years. Very impressive. Was able to attend BG Teacher Appreciation Luncheon. And it was good to be with teachers one-on-one. That was wonderful. Avid Awards at Wheeling, very impressive. Coffee with the principal at Rolling Meadows was good to hear from parents. Attended the Pack House Practical Architectural and Construction open house in Mount Prospect. Great to see what they have accomplished this year, and they've got the house half done, and they should be able to do the second half next year. Hersey graduation was awesome. Just amazing the difference in some of the handshakes. Some of them, I feel like I can wring out my hand after shaking their hands, but most of them are very cool and collected. I attended safety meetings at BG, Wheeling, and Prospect, and got to have a really good facility tour of the new fields at BG. Everything's going good as far as safety goes. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Ms. Baldino, anything?
I was at some of the same events that Mark was at, and I just wanted to comment especially on the AVID celebration at Wheeling High School, which was such a wonderful event, attended by all these beaming parents and family members, alumni, some of whom also act as mentors in that program, which is so incredible to see. The mentors invest a lot in those kids, and hosted by all of the really wonderful teachers and staff at Wheeling. That was a really special evening, and we got to hear the excellent mariachi band as well. So that was a really great celebration. I attended the orchestra spring concert at Rolling Meadows High School, and I think one of the best moments was watching the kids give an award, really, a plaque to Kevin and Carol, their director and teacher, and really the emotional connection between the orchestra kids and their teacher was incredible to witness. I was also at the Pack House, which is such an incredibly big project. It's much larger project than anything the district has taken on before, and so I thought that was really great to see, and I got to talk to some of the students, one of whom said that the thing he was learning the most about is HVAC, and that was, he was really proud of the work he had done. You could see how proud he was, and his parents were with him, and they were really pleased with what kind of opportunities the district has provided with that type of a career path. And then attending the specialized schools graduations, Vanguard Academy and the newcomers, was a very emotional and wonderful celebration, especially hearing the teachers talk about each of the newcomer graduates and what some of those graduates have gone through in order to achieve so much. It's just an incredibly inspiring event. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Sager.
Okay, so the last few weeks have been about celebrating student accomplishments and growth throughout the years, and also the connections that our staff have with our students. And so I attended the Elk Grove High School band, spring band and orchestra concerts, and I saw that same connection with Mr. Fiorito and Mrs. Brown and all the students who are the graduating seniors when they come out and they talk about their graduating seniors, and you can see the seniors have such passion and such a connection to their instructors, and those programs have brought them together and given them a way to express themselves and to learn. And it was very uplifting. Mr. Fiorito did an admirable job having one of the seniors be his senior and holding it together as a parent and still doing the program. I also wanted to highlight that there was a piece played called Sparkling Light that was actually commissioned by District 214 Fine Arts Program by David Gillingham. Each of the high school's band programs had input into it, and its world premiere was actually at Hersey back in December. And each of the schools learned it and was going to play it as part of the band programs throughout the year. And the cool thing is now it's open, then other districts around the world can buy the rights to use that, and it says commissioned by District 214 forever on it, right? I attended a couple of the V shows. I did the Elk Grove High School V show. I attended the Specialized School Talent Show virtually. I logged in online and I watched it, and it was an amazing performance by the students. Excellent work by the MCs, pulling everything together. I really appreciated, there was one student who did a run of pirate puns, and so I would like to share one of those with you because it's very important to me that you hear it. Why do pirates have difficulty saying the alphabet? They often get lost at sea. Such a good, I really appreciated that. And at the end, the newcomer staff performed APT, which was great. Again, the staff putting themselves out there for the students was wonderful. I attended the Wheeling Avid program as celebration, end of year celebration. I attended the Elk Grove High School Fine Arts Award. One of our awardees tonight here received so many awards there that they required a box at some point to carry the number of awards that they had received. Another very impressive thing was some of the art teachers had made awards that were 3D sculptures specific to each student that had to do with the project that they were working on. And so that's the dedication of the staff and the connection of the staff to the students. I attended the Pack House open house, Practical Architectural Construction. I wrote down the acronym as well. In Mount Prospect, it was an amazing transformation when you see the before pictures and the after pictures. I spoke to some of the neighbors who lived across the street or kitty corner, and they were very happy to see the improvements. And some of our municipal partners were there, and we're very happy with our connection there. I attended the Academy, Vanguard, and Newcomer graduations, and again, that was a moment of celebrating our students, celebrating connections with the staff, and it was wonderful. I attended the Prospect High School graduation. I want to thank all of the parents for applauding when it was appropriate, because that saves me speaking. It let them cheer for their kids. That's more important than me saying anything. And then tonight there was a Mount Prospect the Mount Prospect Library had put together Civic Connections, and I attended that. And that was very nice of them to put that together and just get a bunch of local elected, school boards, park district, municipal members together just to give us a chance to chat with each other and get to know each other. So it was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, board members. So I've been to a lot of the things that the board members already mentioned, so I'm not going to be redundant, but I do have a couple of things. Attended the 51st annual Those Who Excel in Teacher of the Year Award Banquet. This is where the Illinois State Board of Education annually sponsors Those Who Excel in Teacher of the Year Awards to honor individuals who've made a significant contribution to our state's public and non-public elementary and secondary schools. We had numerous employees recognized, and a few were in attendance, so it was a great opportunity. And then hats off to the staff at the Bison Buffalo Grove High School on a well-run graduation. I think we beat the record, didn't we? Weren't we like 70 minutes? Yeah. And Bill, my speech was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It wasn't bad. Okay. So one other thing I want to bring your attention to. Dr. Rowe and I have been asked to do a presentation at the joint annual conference, better known as the III. And our presentation is Saturday morning at 10:30. So Saturday morning at 10:30 is also the delegate assembly. And for the past 18 years, I've been a delegate. So they haven't finalized the program for the conference, but I want board members to be thinking about if they would like to take my place in the delegate assembly this year, which is Saturday morning at 10:30. So if you're interested, let me know. Thank you. Okay, next we have the consent agenda. Can I have a motion and a second, please, to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Sager,
Aye.
Baldino,
Yes.
Dustling,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
and Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Now we were at 10-1. These are roll call items. A motion and a second to approve 10-1, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Call the roll.
Sager,
Aye.
Baldino,
Yes.
Dustling,
Yes.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
and Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion and a second, please, to approve 10-2, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Call the roll.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
Baldino,
Yes.
Dustling,
Yes.
Sager,
Aye.
Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Motion and a second, please, for 10-3.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Call the roll.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
Baldino,
Yes.
Dustling,
Yes.
Sager,
Aye.
and Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
And last of the roll call items is 10-4, please.
So
Motion and a
moved.
second. There's a motion and a second, please? Okay.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Discussion? Please call the roll.
Fiorito, is that first? Who was my first?
Dustling.
Mr. Dustling.
And
Thank you.
Baldino.
I'll go for it, yes.
Dustling, thank you. Baldino,
Yes.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
Sager,
Aye.
and Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay, I forgot to point out at the beginning of the meeting that Dr. Rowe had discussed this previously, but anyone new or previous coming to our board meetings, that each of our items will now have the strategic goal listed to that item. So this is new for us, but great job to show that what we're doing is what's going to be in with the strategic plan. Thank you, Dr. Rowe.
You know, actually, if I could, while you're doing an announcement, I should have added this in my report. But beginning next month at our June meeting, we'll be shifting the start time of our board meetings to 6:30 PM. The board will open the meeting, and we will go into closed session first, and then the public portion of the meeting will start no sooner than 7. So no change in the public portion side of things, but we'll begin our work at 6:30 so we can expedite closed session. Mr. Dustling.
Okay, next on the agenda, can I have a motion and a second to go into closed session for the purpose of discussing the employment compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in an educational setting, or legal counsel for the public body, and student discipline. Motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Heineman,
Aye.
Sager,
Aye.
Baldino,
Aye.
Dustling,
Yes.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay, we will have action after closed session in probably 30, 45 minutes. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Okay, we are now back in open session. Can I have a motion and a second for 1211? Mr. Heineman.
For student discipline case 24-25-13, to expel the student for 2 years, May 29th, 2027, for breaking board policy.
And I heard a second. Discussion? Call the roll.
Heineman.
Aye.
Dustling.
Yes.
Baldino.
Yes.
Ferrero.
Yes.
Sager.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion and a second for 1221.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll.
Sager.
Aye.
Baldino.
Yes.
Dustling.
Yes.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Motion and a second for 1222.
Approval of notice to remedy. So moved.
Second.
Whereas the Board of Education of Township High School District 214, Cook County, is empowered to manage the operation of the schools of the district, including management of its employees, and whereas the board has the power to discipline and dismiss teachers pursuant to Section 1020.5, 10-22.4, and 24-12 of the school code, ILCS 510. Whereas the board has received and reviewed information recommendations from its administrative staff regarding the deficient and unprofessional conduct of Thomas Ringrose, a teacher on continual contractual service. And whereas the board has concluded that such information and reports of deficient and unprofessional conduct constitutes sufficient reason and cause for the teacher's dismissal from the teaching staff of the school if the deficiencies are not corrected and remediated. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education of Township High School District 214, Cook County, Illinois, as follows. That Thomas Ringrose shall be issued a remedial warning for the reasons stated in the notice attached hereto and incorporated in the resolution as Exhibit 1. The notice enumerates deficiencies in Thomas Ringrose's conduct, which, if not remediated, may result in the dismissal as a teacher in the district. That the president and secretary of the board are hereby authorized and directed to send the notice of remedial warning to Thomas Ringrose by certified mail, return receipt requested, and regular first-class mail. That the superintendent designee shall personally deliver a copy of said notice to the teacher and subsequently supervise his remediation efforts and observe his professional conduct. That this resolution be enforced and effect immediately upon its passage, adopted this 29th day of May, 2025. Call the roll, please.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Baldino.
Yes.
Dustling.
Yes.
Sager.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion and a second for 1223, please.
Approval of job descriptions. So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second discussion. Call the roll.
Baldino.
Yes.
Dustling.
Yes.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Sager.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Dustling. Yes. Fiorito.
Yes.
Baldino.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Sager.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye. We are adjourned.